What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ajen back again for another Artery Gear Fusion video, and for today let's talk about my top 5 biggest mistakes that you should avoid if you plan to play this game for a long while. These tips are meant for F2P players and low spender players who want to play this game efficiently. It is not meant for dolphins or whales since they can just pay to win in this game. So take note on that one and take it with a big grain of salt. So top 5 mistake that you should avoid is you did not reroll for Alice, this girl in my home screen, as you can see. If you want to play this game more efficiently, you should reroll from the start and get Alice in your account. Alice will make your life so much easier because Alice is broken both in PvE and PvP. She should be your top priority unit to get when you're starting with your account. Even though there will be some other alternatives for clearing or tackling content the way Alice does, Alice is still the way to go. And I've seen a lot of players in the Discord and Reddit who are having a hard time because they did not have Alice in their account. I experienced it too on my very first starting account. Without Alice, it's kind of difficult, but compared now to my current account, even though I did not summon yet, I am not having a hard time, all thanks to having Alice in my account. If you will see my units list here, guys, I still do not summon in any banners yet. As you can see, I have very few units. I only do the unlimited rolls. If you will see here the proof that I did not summon yet, as you can see, I've only performed 2. The one is the initial where you can get the green healer 3-star, and the one where I get Alice on my reroll. Yes. As you can see, 2 out of 10. So I'm not summoning yet. I'm still waiting for the collaboration to start. And that is where I will be summoning. So yes, I know it's a real pain in the ass rerolling in this game, but the payoff of getting Alice when you start your account is really worth it. So that's the number 5. Top 4 mistake that you should avoid is stop doing some impulsive summons. I know there will be times where you are itching to summon or you want to try and get more shiny rare characters. But try to compose and hold yourself. You really don't want to play with luck since most of the time you will lose and you will regret it. Some players who likes to YOLO sometimes gets lucky, but it does not happen that often. So be warned, summon at your own cost, especially if you really want a featured 5-star in a banner. If you cannot go into the PT, it's best to just save your resources. That is number 4. Now, for the top 3 mistake that you should avoid is do not fodder your summonable characters unless they are already at max imprint. Sometimes, there will be times where you get impatient, where you want to raise your unit pass and raise it to 6 stars as soon as possible because the drought for stamina is real. It's taking a while to level up fodder units or just farm fodder units, so there will be times where you get impatient and use your summonable 4 or 5-star characters as a fodder. Example of that one is like this. For example, I want to raise my Erika as soon as possible. I don't have any more fodders. I will use my Chitose here to be used as fodders, which you should not be doing unless you already have a max imprint Chitose. So what is a max imprint? Max imprint refers to the data linkage. If this is already maxed out, then the extra dupes, you can then use them as fodder units. But if not, do not use them as fodder units. Even though if you see them at the lower tier rank in the tier list, still do not do this. Fodders are farmable. You just got to have a lot of patience. And you don't really need to rush, especially if you are an F2P or a low spender. So yeah, be patient, guys. Don't lose your composure. Do not rush things. This is not a race. And then next, moving on, top 2 mistake that you should avoid is raising a lot of units at once. This is a pretty common mistake in a lot of games. You should only be focusing on a select few units that will help you clear the available contents. Especially if you plan to raise a lot of units, you will also be needing a lot of resources for that one. So take your time into raising your units one at a time. Pick the units that will help you the most, and trust me guys, I've been there, done that. And it's really frustrating if you happen to make this kind of mistake. If you will see here guys, I only have how many units that I've raised? Ginga, Grace, Alice, Morris, and number 4. Most of them are the only units that I've been using up to now. And they are the units that I am currently focusing on. I do not focus on other units as of now, because I really want to focus first on these 5 units, which is the main focus in my the main units that I use in most of the contents in the game. Because some people, they want to raise everything that they like, and then they will run out of stamina and run out of powders and run out of resources, and it's very expensive guys to raise a unit into their max potential. So take note also on that one. That is one of the biggest mistakes that you should avoid. And then lastly, top 1 mistake to avoid is focusing on gear farming very early on. Try to raise your units first, max their level, max their awakenings, and that should be your first priority. The game will give you pre-equipments that are good enough for you to clear most content, so you really don't want to rush farming for equipments. So to make it more clearly, some players usually spend most of their stamina farming the low stages hands. Yeah, because they really want to have, for example, they want to have some a good speed set already, even though they are not in the higher stage of the hunts. For example, some players farm stage 5, which is you can get 5-star items, but it is really not recommended to spend most of your stamina here. Do not burn your stamina here. That is my advice, because the game will give you good equipments already that is good enough for you to clear most of the contents in the game. Like for example, the units, that the equipment that I've been using with my Ginga. This is an attack set. As you can see, 5-star blue attack set only. These ones are free, and these ones also are free, the critical set. These are free from the achievement box, the achievement missions that you will be finishing once you are progressing through the content. Just progress through the story or events and focus on raising your units first. Gear farming should be your endgame goal and not your main priority. There is also the gear shop here in the supply. If you go here, it is more stamina efficient if you just buy some of the equipment set that you want in the shop rather than wasting a lot of your stamina in the hands. And also with the free gears that you can get from the achievements, you only really need a few gear sets since you can just swap equipment with characters. Although it's too much of a hassle switching gears between units, but the payoff is also worth it since you are saving a lot of stamina by doing that one, by not really farming that hard on the gear farming. And here in the shop, as you can see, you can get some really good gears here. Once you progress enough through the story, you can get 5-star gears with yellow stats. And yeah, that is my top 5 mistakes that you should avoid. I've experienced those mistakes, so you should not be making the same mistakes that I did. And I hope this tips helps you in any way. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.